Hello guys, welcome back to a live view series 1. So today we will be building live chatting app, and the coding part is already done. So today we have many components to cover: authentication, forms, streams, PubSub, and JavaScript interoperability with the live view, auto scrolling, some date time formatting. So I'll show you the final product. Yeah, this is the uh, charting rooms. So we can create new rooms, and I have not restricted who can access the rooms. If anybody with a logged in, they can see the all the rooms, and they can go inside the room and start chatting. So I have created a room 1. Yeah, so this is room 1. So here I have implemented a charting box. Here all the texted messages will be visible within this box, and all the people who are currently online, so they will be visible here in this part. And yeah, I have created a authentication system. So this authentication is comes with Phoenix latest version. So let's go there. I just used the built-in CLI command. So once we run this command, this is the command here. So it will generate bunch of files and modules and plugs, and it will also add some schema. It will add required routes along with all the plugins. So let's move on to the code. Yeah, here if you see on left hand side, so this the user confirmation and forget password, login, registration, reset password, and user settings, all these files generated by that particular command. So it's you can go to the official documents and read through what all the generated files does and everything, because yeah, there are good documents to see. I'll show you some code how that works, because I integrated this authentication to limit my charting room access. Yeah, so here let's go to the route. Yeah, close the terminal. Yeah, so this from line number 53 to till here, so all of them are generated by that authentication command. So here I just added this two routes into required authenticated plug, because this plug makes sure the user is authenticated or logged in. Yeah, and we will move on to the rooms. Yeah, so I let me show you the schema. So this is the schema for rooms. So it has a name and it has many messages, and it belongs to a user. And I also created a message. So in this schema it has a message, a sender name, and it belongs to a room, and it belongs to a user. And so here in the timestamp, it is by default generated by the CLI commands. I'll tell you what is the advantage with this UTC datetime. Let's move on to the rooms live. So here, if you see the UI, yeah. So this is the rooms page. So here we can create a rooms, and created rooms will be listed here. Let's create one, room 2. Yeah, it's created here. Yeah, I'm just showing a snack bar while creating. And I also added this route under the protected plug. Let's because I wanted the user information to show the current online users, and I don't want anybody creating rooms if they are not logged in. Yeah, let me show you how the authentication works. So I will log out. Yeah, if you see, now it is home page. User should be logged in to access rooms and messaging pages. Login again. Yeah, I logged in. So let me show you how the forms work in live view. So I will log out again. Try to register a new user. So this is all generated code for the authentication system. Yeah, this is the code for that. Yeah, this is for already registered, and here this is the simple form. This simple form coming from core components. When we create a new project, it will create many components in core component module. Yeah, you can go through all the generated code here. It has many uh, uh, components, functional components. Yeah, here. So let me go to the UI. Here I don't put I'll show you how the validation and everything works. You see, it is suddenly asking to put sign at symbol as a part of email. I'll use user 3 at email, and let's see how the password behaves. So I kept as a 4 character. It is showing should be at least 4 characters. So those are coming from the chain set. If you see here, so this is how there is a ph exchange validation, sorry, validate. So this triggers continue, it pushes changes continuously to the backend, and the pushed changes are catching in this function. So this is how the data comes to the server. So validate, that is what we mentioned a keyword here, and the user is coming because the schema name is user. When we added yeah, change set here, so this change set, this is the user, it gets a schema name as a keyword here, and it checks for the validation. If we see assigned form, so it is, if the change set is valid, it just says check errors false, and if the validation are not correct, it pushes the check error as a true. That's when these errors are showing up here under the label here. These errors are coming from, if we see the schema, so yeah, validation password, sorry, not room, user, yeah, here. So in the email validation, yeah, you must have, this is the message coming from this validation email function. So these are change sets. Where is the password? Yeah, here. And I'll go back to the registration form. I'll complete the UI because I already have signed in. I'll log in. Now let's move on to the rooms. So here I'm using same simple form in while creating the rooms. Here I'm not using any validation or anything because I don't want to do that here. So here even though I'm placing the validate here, I'm not acting anything on when that function triggers here. Here also the room is coming from the schema because I am adding schema here, this change set in the mount callback here. This is the form. So when I let me create a new room 3, yeah, so room 3 is created. Let me show you what happened. So this is the form name, and this input is a functional component coming from core components, and the type is a text, and this is a required. And the moment I click on the send button, create room button, this is the button, so it will send this added data to this function save. This save is coming from here, phx submit. So here the rooms create room create, it will create a new room. If it is success, it will push changes to assigns under room and show a flash message. If it is error, it will come here and it does nothing. So yeah, this is a create new room. And the moment we create room, so we can go into the room. So here there are no messages yet, that is why no messages yet text is showing. I'll show you that code. So here this is the people presently online making use of there is a model called presence in Phoenix, and I also using Phoenix PubSub to push added messages to other users who are logged in. So let me show you where this no messages yet are coming. Yeah, here yeah, I'm using a CSS solution when there are no messages, because this is being recommended in Phoenix documents. When there are no messages or the list is empty, so this will show, because only if there are yeah, only child, it will show up here. That is what the CSS is doing here. So this is the render, this is the whole charting uh, charting rooms, sorry, charting messages code, including HTML and the live code, everything. So people, and I added some beautification just to show this online is, if you see that it's blinking, and it will render the available users, meaning whoever logged in, so they will be shown here. This is the presence coming from mount here. So get presence names is a private function. Let me show you this code first. So here I'm adding a presence track list. This is the code I have taken from the official documents. Yeah, the presence has a different approach when we add presence to normal Phoenix app and live view. Yeah, here track yeah, so this is the function from the Phoenix. So it generally tracks channel process as a presence. So it will get, I'm also adding user ID and name while tracking, and I am subscribing to it. So this is the PubSub. the topic name is live view chat presence. So through this topic name it tracks, and here I'm getting the get presence names. What is it doing? It just gets a list of users within that process, and I'm just taking out the key and filtering out the name here. So just a list of users who are online. So here then the created room. So for this I am making use of callback. Handle mount, yeah. So handle params, so this is a callback for the live view. So whenever I push a new route, yeah, handle params is one of the callbacks in live view. So whenever we enter into the new room, so this function will be invoked. This is predefined by live view, but in our code I wanted to catch the URL and the params what I am passing as a part of URL. If you see the rooms live, here I am passing ID name as a params. I am catching that params in handle params here. So here I'm getting room, and based on the room I'm getting the messages, and I'm passing those room and messages here into yeah, I'm passing rooms as a part of assigns, and messages as a part of stream, because I wanted to make use of streams for the messages, because messages there can be a lot of messages. So streams are meant to handle yeah, lot of huge list of messages. We will see how the streams work. Yeah, streams. So streams are introduced in latest version of live view. It was not the older one. So it handles a huge number of list or any collections in a memory, with not depending on the server. And what I'm doing here, I'm just putting it here, the initial set of messages, and whenever I create new message here, let me go to the room 1. So here I have some messages. So here hi and hi, there are two messages. So whenever we create new message, I am inserting that message as a part of a stream, where create, oh, not create. Once we create the message, if it is success, um, notify, yeah, here notify, sorry, yeah, so this notify function, it broadcasts a new message to this live view chart. So this is how the newly created messages are sent. And also I am pushing this event. So what is the event? Event is message created here. So the moment this goes, I have to handle that. So here handle info. So this is also a callback, and here I'm inserting that as a part of a stream insert. So by default it will insert in a -1 index. Let's go to the documents. When we insert new, yeah, by default it pushes at -1, meaning end of the list. That is how, if we want to change the index, we can make use of this at. Let's create a new message. I'm texting it here. Yeah, let me open a new window with a another user login. I have created yeah, so here let me log in. This is Chrome. User 2 email, yeah, yeah, go to the room 1. Yeah, I'm texting here, texting you. Let's go back, or just add a new message here. Hey there. Yeah, let's check. Yeah, hey there, you can see it here. The user is user2, and user mob, that is a different user. Yeah, this is user2 from Chrome. Let me open a third user from my mobile, see how that looks. Yeah, I opened. The moment I opened my mobile browser, you can see the user mob. This is the third user. So the PubSub is working, the presence and PubSub is working. So let me push a new message from mobile. Yeah, you can see the new text from mobile. So this is happening. Let me show you the code, how that being pushed. So the moment we enter into the page in the mount, so here I'm subscribing. So what is subscribing doing? Yeah, here if you see, this is the Phoenix PubSub subscribe. So I'm subscribing to a topic called live view chart, and the moment I add a new message, I'm notifying it through Phoenix PubSub broadcast to a same topic. So whoever subscribe to this topic, so it will push a message across the nodes. This is very powerful feature in Phoenix. So if we go to the official documents, It's a really very powerful feature. Where is that? Yeah, Phoenix PubSub. This Phoenix team has created. No, I'll show you the other documents. So under channels, they have given a beautiful documents. Channels, not here. Yeah, so this is how. Yeah, if you see the diagram, browser client, topic X. If one client pushes to topic X, the server it broadcasts to the user whoever subscribed to it, whether it is a mobile, a desktop, or IoT devices, whatever the client is. If they have implemented the client library, so they will receive all the messages. So here I am making use of the built-in live view built on top of Phoenix channels. So we don't have to do any other client side code. There is some a client side code. I'll show you that, but it is not plain Phoenix project. So all the front end side of the code is baked into the project. If you see here, yeah, this is all I'm doing some interoperability. I'll explain that later. But for the messages and PubSub in a live view, you just have to do this. Sorry, chatting. Here you subscribe to a topic and you notify, meaning the you broadcast it. So only this two lines with these two functions able to create a live chatting feature. I really never thought this could be this easy with yeah, Phoenix and live view. I'll go to, yeah, here, and here I made some UI changes. So JavaScript interoperability. So when we add more messages which cannot fit into this box, we have to scroll. Scrolling is I we have to scroll manually, but that is a hassle because users, that is, yeah, UX issue. User should be see what is the new message post into the chatting box. That live view gives many built-in functions to trigger the events. So we can achieve only through JavaScript the auto scrolling, because browser understands only JavaScript. So here so live view gives us some event. Where is that? I'm not using any hooks here. I'm making use of plain add event listeners. Yeah, if you see this window add event listener, this is built in for the whenever we have sign in, sign out, or any changes, there will be a small line comes up here. So that line is coming from this here. In the same pattern, I am making use of this window add event listener phx clear input, because let me show you where I'm pushing that. Oh shit. Yeah, messages, chatting. Yeah, here if we see, when we create a new message, I wanted to, the requirements I'll tell you. I wanted to clear the typed message. Let's here. So the moment I press, the text will be cleared and it's scrolled here. So that is happening because I'm making use of push event. Push event is a function coming from LiveView. If you see, this is how the client and server will communicate. So push event pushes this uh, text along with phx. If you see, yeah, here they can be handled on window via add event listener. So once a new message is created, I'm pushing this. That is why when I'll go to a different browser. So just watch the text box. Yeah, so it scrolled to end of the list and message is empty. So that is happening because I'm pushing this event. The moment I push this event, browser, the client will receive this window add event listener will be triggered. So under this function, I'm just getting document get element by id. This message, this is the document, sorry, charting message. Yeah, so this is the id, this is the document it gets. Oh yeah, so once it gets it, if there is a message, I'm just assigning an empty string here to that value. So internally the message will be cleared. After that, I'm also getting a query selector mbox. This is also a DOM ID. Mbox is, yeah, here if you see, this is the ID of this parent div of this entire box. I'm getting this DOM ID and I'm just making scroll top equals to scroll height. So in the UI, how this scroll top and scroll height is being rendered, whatever the invisible messages, if you see there is a slight scroll, right, that height and the visible part of the this div. So I'm making this visible part as a top of the scroll top. So what happens, it just pushes the visible part to the up. So scroll top always will be a larger than the this one. So that is why it is the bottom text is visible. That is how the scroll happening. And I am pushing 500 pixels more because there was some the last message when I was implementing the code, it was like this. The last message was hidden under the bottom. That is why I am just scroll by. It just scrolls a little bit. And there was one more tricky was happening. So that is when I push a new message that is happening from my browser, whoever texting the message. But what happens in the other browser or other users UI? So that message was not scrolling. So for that, what I did is I I was pushing one more event in the same name. So here this push happens when I create a new message, and this event will be triggered in the browser of the text sending user. Let's say I'm sending from Chrome. That client is taking this event and scrolling it, but what was happening, it was not scrolling in the other users window. So for that I am pushing one more handle event from notify, where, yeah, here notify comes, it sends it triggers a new event called message created. Here I'm inserting a new message and I'm pushing again, push event with the same uh, with the same message, sorry, same text. So the same text again goes into the other user. Let's say I am pushing a new, I'll show you how that is visible. So another text, let me push this from this browser. Yeah, it is pushed. Let's go. Yeah, so here also it pushed, because that is happening through this push event. So push event, generally I am making two push events, so that the browser who the user is sending text, that also get pushed and scrolled, and the event or the other side of the user who is waiting for the text or just kept it idle, doing nothing, so his text also being pushed. So this is how JavaScript interoperability works in live view. Yeah, so I think I have covered all the topics. Yeah, there is one. So date time. Date time is is a bit trickier. I'll show what I did. Date time and how I'm getting the user. It is general elixir string manipulation. So the moment I push or the moment I create a new message, the date time, I'll show you the schema, yeah, UTC date time. So it stores, the date will be stored as a UTC date time. It doesn't matter which country or which part of you are, it always stores as a UTC. And when we wanted to show the same date, we have to localize the date time. So localize was happening here. I i used a timex library to achieve that. Get name, yeah, format date. So the date, let me open up dbware. So how the date time is being stored. I'm using SQLite for my database, not the Postgres. My computer little slow today. Yeah, this is how the date is being stored as a UTC format. So it converts to the universal time zone something. So it will be a zero offset, and this is not my local time now. The moment I get the time, it shows a different time. It will not match to my local time zone. So what I'm doing here, I'm just getting date time timex locale. So it will convert into the format which this expects, the timex format, and I am taking string f time. Let me show you how that timex. So timex is a well matured library to manipulate with date times and everything. So this is the string f time directive formats. So you can do whatever the date format you want. So I am using the year only for the 2 digit. Let me show you live how that so here this is the year. Let me change that to capital Y. Let me save it. If you go to the UI, yeah, you can see 2024. So I don't want to show 4 digit, so that's why I'm showing 2 digit, meaning Y small, and this is the B for the month and D for the day. So if you see month, it will show a 3 letters for the small b. Let me put into a B capital. So yeah, it is not loaded. Yeah, it's loaded now. Yeah, August, it is a full form. It doesn't matter which time zone you are in. If you store the date time as a UTC date time, it is very useful when you wanted to change or convert into any local times. Let me put it back, and here this is the time. I'll show you how that format. Yeah, here H is for the hour, and K without padding with spaces. And what I'm doing here, L, and I was doing it is L M S and P for the AM and PM. Yeah, you can see this is a small AM, and hour, minute and second. Yeah, you can do however your requirements are. So um, yeah, the video length will be very lengthy, so I am stopping the recording. Yeah, this is how the live chatting works.